What is up, guys, and thank you so much for joining me today. Real quick, I want to get into where I've been. I've literally been doing nothing for about a month or so. As you guys can see, this is actually the best it's looked in about a month or so, but I had a pretty gnarly rash breakout. I know what it is. I'll get into it maybe in the future. I'm sure not many of you guys care, but I had a rash breakout on my body, and then it like engulfed my face, all that. So it's really hard to be motivated to pick up the camera and be on camera while doing all my stuff when my face is all jacked up. Now I know you guys aren't here for my aesthetics, but it's still just not that motivating to want to do stuff and be on camera. But like I said, this is the best it's looked, and I'm tired of not making videos. I'm tired of not getting my projects done. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So as you guys can see, I left the shop kind of destroyed. It's kind of my thing, apparently right now. I'm not gonna worry about cleaning it up right now. We just need to grab the oil. I wanna go ahead and grab the jack stand. And the jack, so that we can get the front of the truck up, because it's kind of on a hill right now. I wanna lift it up so that I can get all the oil out. And then I'm probably gonna go to AutoZone, grab another oil drain pan, and then get an extra quart so we can make sure and get all that fuel out of the oil, or make sure all that contaminated oil, we can get it all the way out. And then, yeah, get some spark plugs, and hopefully we can get it ready for tuning. Oh, that's nice and light. Back to the house we go. Alright boys, we're back at the house. I just went ahead and started swapping out plugs because the wind had been blowing earlier, so there wasn't going to be good audio. So I went ahead and started swapping the plugs, went around, filled the tires up. Surprisingly, they weren't that low. They were only down to 35 PSI. And I got this little McGraw air compressor from Harbor Freight. It does pretty well, so if you guys are looking at those, they're pretty decent. Good to see Tim still doing things. Then we've got the old AC duct hose right here. They're pretty well fouled. They've just been having fuel dumped on them. And this is a first for me. The top piece actually came out with the plug wire. I just heard a tink and then it popped off with it, so I'm sure that wasn't helping our problem at all. I did switch to the NGKs. I went with the coppers. Here we go, right, part number right there, and then they are the TR5s. I just went ahead with these. I know they only last 30,000 miles, whatever, before you gotta swap them, but I'm constantly under the hood anyway, so I don't really care. And I do feel like coppers make better spark. I just feel like the truck ran better with those than when I had the iridiums in it. And also remember to use the anti-seize when you're installing them. I did do them to 40 over. They are supposed to be 0.39. But they were all over the place. Even one was like 33, but the average was like 36 to 38. So always check them and gap them before you put them in. And now we're on to the part where I should have done this in the last video. I filled it up with about 5 gallons of ethanol-free gas on top of the bad gas. Probably not a good idea. So what I want to do is go ahead and drain the tank. And by doing that, I was going to come right off the main line right here, but I couldn't find a straighter valve adapter. So what I'm gonna do is just come off the rail right here with a fuel pressure gauge. I took a gauge off and I'm just gonna use this line right here. And then I'll show you guys the adapters I'm gonna use to make this happen. So with using this line right here, you're only gonna need these 2 adapters right here. I got 1/4 inch to 1/8 inch coupler right here, threaded. And then we've got a barbed adapter right here that's 1/4 inch to 3/8. And then I just got some 3/8 fuel line right here, and then we're gonna run it into the tank right there. Then we'll be using this little jumper that I made. We're gonna go ahead and I already removed it, but remove the fuel pump fuse, and then we're gonna drop it right down in there. I'll show you guys once it's ready to go how I've got it situated in there. Got the line all connected. I've got a rag down there just in case it leaks. It's on there pretty good though, so it shouldn't. All the fittings are connected really well. I got a little too much hose. I went with 6 feet, but it doesn't really matter. Then over here, got the jumper in place. As you guys can see, try and get a good look at it. It's these 2 right here. Let's try. I don't even have the truck on. Let's see if it. There we go. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. No leaks. Oh wow, that's coming out good. That smells terrible. But yes, it's working. So we're gonna go ahead and let this fill up, and then we can get some good gas in there. All right, we got 5 gallons out. That stuff just looks and smells rough. I'm gonna finish letting it drip off here. I pulled a little jumper. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Probably just use it in the lawnmower or the tractor. Probably still be able to run off of it. I was only able to pull 5 gallons, but that's really all I needed because that's what I put in there before it sat. And then we've got that other 5 gallons. So my plan, or I'm hoping that the bad gas, like the ethanol and all that shit, kind of just sat at the bottom. And that's what we just pulled out, and the good gas is still kind of in there. I'm about to put about another 5 gallons of ethanol free in there, and we should be good to go. I will say, be careful when pulling that jumper. It does get hot, so use pliers. Don't burn your finger. So I don't have a full 5 gallons. I forgot that I put a gallon in the vet, but I can obviously always go get more. Just wanted to give you guys a little comparison of the old gas that's been sitting in there for a year, and then versus the fresh gas. Little bit of a difference. Yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and get this filled up, change the oil, and then we can fire her off. Oh God, that smells like straight gasoline. Okay, while that's draining, I'm gonna go ahead and run another quart of O'Reilly's through it. I just got some cheaper O'Reilly's 5W30. Hopefully get the rest of that oil out of there because it's filled with, there's a lot of fuel in there. And then we're gonna swap out the filter. I've got a Canon in there right now, but I went with a Wix oil filter. That's what AMSOIL suggested when I got this kit, so that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do. And then we've got advanced engine protection 5W30 from AMSOIL. Swap out that royal purple. Could just be me, but I feel like I heard the valve train quite a bit with that royal purple in there. So supposedly AMSOIL is a lot better. I've switched the everything to AMSOIL. Really happy with how it is in the Duramax, all that. And then we're gonna run it in the vet as well. No engine tick. Still got some bad gas in there. She sounds and smells a lot better already. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and let some of that bad gas, because I'm sure there's still some left in the tank and in the fuel rails. So I'm gonna go ahead and let that burn off. Let it get up to temp, make sure there's no lifter tick or anything. Hopefully those built pressure back up and we didn't cause any damage with having that much fuel in there. Like immediately when I heard it, I shut it down. So shouldn't have any issues. I feel like that's extremely successful, boys. It sounds a lot better, smells a lot better than last time, and I think she's ready for tuning. I know she's ready for tuning. Now, I did notice that I have an exhaust leak. I got the cheap ass gaskets in there and they've just been sitting, so I need to get the actual factory GM gaskets in there, which I'll do because I was going to pull the headers off once we get over the shop and Cerakote them anyway. These ones I haven't Cerakoted yet, so I don't know what color I'm going to do, but probably going to go ahead and match the vet. I don't know yet. We could do something cool. And then I did kind of geek out because I thought I heard the lifter again, but it was actually just the tensioner pulley right there clacking. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a solid one like I've got on the vet so that I don't have to deal with that anymore. Then we can just basically do an entire engine cleanup. I need to clean the filter, all that. I need to clean the entire truck because unfortunately this poor thing has been abandoned for a while now and I feel terrible. It's just kind of turned into a mobile, well, a storage unit on wheels basically. Yeah, like I said, I feel very terrible about this. In the back here is just full of a shit ton of leaves, new bars for the Duramax, broken parts from the vet, bike ramp, all the fun stuff. But yeah, I really want to get this cleaned up and get her going. But I am going to go ahead and end the video right here. To me, it was a very successful day. Ended a lot better than the last video. Everything's running good. I did notice that towards the end though, after I got up to temp, that it was kind of running a little lean on a couple of the banks. I don't know if that's due to the fuel or not, but I want to wait till the tuner can go ahead and get it plugged in. Then we can know for sure, because I don't want to get it this far and then mess something up being dumb. So yeah, I'm going to reach out to him. Hopefully he can get to it within the next week or two. I'll do a video on all that, and then yeah, we can get her back on the road because we got a bunch of mods waiting to go on her, and I just really want the truck back. So thank you guys so much for being patient with me, and thank you for watching. Have a great night.